people created this thing called Shellmound Park, right? They created an amusement park there. And people from San Francisco would catch a ferry over, they would catch a train to Shellmound Park, and they would hang out at this amusement park. And this amusement park had merry-go-rounds, and it had shooting galleries, and it had racetracks, and on the very top, they cut off the Shellmound, and they put a dance pavilion, and so people were literally doing the Irish jig and the polka on top of my ancestors' graves. But it actually saved it until UC Berkeley came. And UC Berkeley took it down, and then after that, there was no EPA laws. There were factories that were put on top of it. And there were no EPA laws a long time ago, and people were just dumping toxic stuff into the ground, arsenic and paints and all kinds of different things. And it became a brownfield, right? And so every time it would rain, all this toxic sludge would go out of Temescal Creek and into the bay. Part of the reason why we can't eat shellfish and fish out of the bay so much is because of this toxic sludge that had gone for many, many years into the bay, right? We asked the city of Emeryville, they knew what it was, to clean it up, to save it as a place, to open it up so that it could be a place for us to talk about not only the history, but the resiliency of Ohlone people. And they said, oh, but this is .com era happening, and we don't have anything coming in, we need to make some money here. And so they decided to create this thing, this mall. And then what they do is they put this little tiny mound on the corner of Shellmound Street and Ohlone Way. And this little tiny mound with a metal basket that's supposed to represent thousands and thousands of years of my ancestors' homeland. And they don't really talk about anything that's current. And I understood that at some point, because I won't go into the mall, that along the bathrooms there was this glass there, and they had replicas of our funerary objects that they found along the bathroom. And so how disrespectful is that to talk about our history? To know that if you wanted to see something that was a replica of your funerary objects, you can go near the bathrooms and go check it out, right? And so for every year, and this will be year 19, we all gather there and we have prayer, we hold up signs, we give out information on the corner of Shellmound Street and Ohlone Way from noon to 3 o'clock. We do that every year. We go and pray because it's a sacred place. We go and talk about why it's important for us to tell shoppers not to shop there on the busiest day of the year. Why it's important for us as human beings to remember our humanity and that other people's sacred places do not have to be destroyed, right? So you all are welcome to come.
When do you do that again?
Day after Thanksgiving. Uh-huh.
We've been calling it Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, un-Thanksgiving, you know, Turkey Day, whatever you want to call it. We've been doing this work for a long time. We started there doing that kind of work, but we went on to also protecting other sacred sites. And in 2011, there's a sacred site. My good friend, Wounded Knee Dale Campo, is a Miwok man who grew up in the city of Vallejo. And he knew about this really sacred place along the Carquinez Strait. 13 acres of open land that the city and the city's park district wanted to destroy and create a real park out of it. And put in grass and overhead lighting and barbecue pits and all of this other fandangle stuff. And he kept saying no. And he went all over the country with this huge sign saying, protect sacred sites. And you have people from all over the world put up where their tribe was from, and he would talk about this. And we went and we had people from all over the world write letters to the Environmental Impact Report, and we went to meeting after meeting. And then in 2011, the city of Vallejo finally decided that they were broke and they were going to file bankruptcy. And in filing bankruptcy, they were going to give their park district $30,000 worth of permits for free to destroy the site. And so we all decided that that was not a possibility. And so we called friends and to gather and said, we would like you to come. We're going to take this land and save it from the destruction. And so on April 14th of 2011, 100 people showed up, and we lit a sacred fire that lasted for 109 days. And we thought we were saving the land And what Janella, my friend, says is that the land actually saved us. Because what happened was that that land, although we were holding ceremony there, anybody that came there, doesn't matter what walk of life you were, doesn't matter what religion you were, you came through that gate, you offered tobacco at that sacred fire, and you found your place in the community.